Yeah, hi peeps, it's Tess back in the old spot box again, and this is just going to be a kind of drunken, rambly video about life, the universe and everything. Basically because I've moved on to drinking scotch, and it's pretty good scotch, so it's got my wee brain sort of like ticking over, doing all kinds of crazy stuff in there, which I can't tell you about because it would probably end up being illegal. You know, the thought police would be down on top of me in a minute. You know what I mean? If I started to tell you everything that I knew about the world, the universe and everything. You know what I mean? Oh, quash that. We can't have them telling you the truth. So anyway, no, I was having a small conversation with my mum there. We just received some worrying news about my brother's first wife. She's in hospital with a heart attack. She's only about my age, or I don't know, a year older or something like that. A year younger, around about there anyway. But my brother and her have got 3 kids together, and they're obviously all worried about their mum. But we were talking about the way people get together these days, you know, the way they get married. I mean, it's different from, you know, a century ago, you know, when mothers and fathers would have to have a prospective sort of son-in-law come to the house, talk to them, they'd work out, you know, and they might have several prospective son-in-laws. You know, that would have been the thing if you were rich, you know. There would have been suitors come to your door, you know. For poor people, it would just be, oh, fucking hell, let's hope she gets married, or let's hope he gets married and moves out the house and gives us the room back that he's using up, you know, because we've got 2 other young kids, you know, and they're living in boxes or sleeping in a drawer, you know what I mean, we could do with the bed. Yeah, okay, jokingly, you know, but that really is the way that people of my financial, you know, level would have lived, you know. We wouldn't have been vetting suitors so much as beating off the local lads until she was old enough to give her hand to someone and get out of the house, you know. And a lot of people's marriages fail because they're not prepared for the difficulty that you're going to go through to, you know, build a family. And we see more and more of that becoming true today, with people getting married and divorced within 18 months, 2 years, you know. The pressures of living and the expectations of the blissful life you're going to have with someone you think you're in love with really don't balance out, you know. The idea of love, and don't get me wrong, I don't say that love doesn't exist, but the idea of love is a myth, you know. Yes, there is love, there is that infatuation, that chemical bond, that emotional tie to a person which you can't explain, it just falls upon you, but it doesn't last for life. It doesn't last to the end of your days. And I'm not saying it doesn't last for just for, you know, 80% of the population. It doesn't last for your days for 100% of the population. But some people are just more able to put up with each other for longer periods of time. And you normally find out when you delve into these people who have, you know, been married for 60 years and now they're in their 70s, you know. And so, no, yeah, they got married when the girl was like a typist for the fucking the MOD. And he was a general or a fucking lieutenant or something working in India, you know what I mean? And it's like, you know, they only seen each other for 2 weeks a fucking year, you know. And by the time they actually got together and lived in the same house, they'd been married for 30 years and they only had to put up with each other for 20 years, learning to hate each other, you know. Do I sound like a horrible old sod? Well, I hope not, because I'm not saying they have to learn to hate each other. They can learn to just put up with each other, which is roughly what happens at the end of marriage, you know. You know, I wanted potatoes and beans, and I got spaghetti and corn, you know. But since I still don't mind spaghetti and corn, I didn't complain. And we ate spaghetti and corn because that's what she cooked. And she said if I don't want spaghetti and corn, I should cook. So tomorrow I'm cooking roast boar, you know what I mean, potatoes and artichoke, you know what I mean. That's the kind of marriage that I would have, you know what I mean. Okay, I'll eat your shit today if you eat my shit tomorrow, and then you can go and read your book and watch your soap opera, and I'll go on the computer and shoot zombies. Perfect kind of marriage as far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean. I'd even let her have the car and drive, and she wouldn't even have to drive me. She could just drive herself out, you know what I mean, to go and visit friends, and leave me on the computer shooting zombies. That would be a great marriage. Unfortunately, I've never been able to meet a woman that's willing to do that, you know what I mean. 2 years, fall out, meet someone else, 2 years, fall out. You know, that's basically been my sort of amorous adventure into the world of romance, you know. And that was before I had the beard. You can imagine what chance I've got of meeting someone amorously with this beard. But I've got a cave picked out in the middle of Scotland somewhere. You know, I'm not telling you where it is, because obviously if I'm going to go and be a hermit, I need a wondrous beard, and I need to have a secret cave to go and live in. So I'm not going to tell you where the cave is, but I'm gradually getting that wondrous beard, you know. I'm just trying to work out where I can buy a still so I can brew my own whiskey, and how I can power my internet so I can still kill zombies. I mean, I need an uplink and I need a power supply. I'm thinking, I don't know, goat poo or gerbil power. Not really sort of settled in any of it yet. But I'm thinking along those lines, you know what I mean. I might even be able to milk the gerbils and make gerbil cheese, because I do like a bit of cheese and toast at night, you know. Anyway, I've wandered off onto a path of nonsense there. Yeah, family values, family, the love of family, the love of kin. It's a deeply seated thing that we all hold, but yet we still live within families where you might like or love a member of your family more than you like or love another member of the family. And why do these things appear? Why do these loves of your mother, likes of your father, loves of your father, likes of your mother, hatred of your granddad, hatred of your uncle, you know, pissed offness about your siblings, you know what I mean? Or maybe not the siblings, but the way that they married some tosser you knew they shouldn't have married, and all that, you know. It's got a lot to do with how we feel about our siblings as we grow older. Fucking hell, I thought you were a go-getter, you know what I mean? But look at the fucking stupid cunt you fucking married. They've ruined your life. If you'd have married that other girl you used to go out with, if you'd married that man who'd off to take you to live in Havana, oh my God, you could have been a millionaire by now, you know, all that, you know. And that's really what life is. It's all these mistaken choices, or at least maybe not mistaken choices, but different choices, you know. We make these choices and then we've got to live with them, and then we hate the choices we made 10 years later, but we've still got to live with them. And then you find out, well, if I can just get divorced, fuck him, I'll just steal his money off him, or if I can just divorce her, I can at least try and keep some of my money, you know. And it's all that, and it's like, why should it be like that? Why do we have to fucking marry for life? Why can't we just have 2-year contracts, you know? But sign up for a 16-year contract or 18-year contract to pay for the kids. But the money goes to the kids. It goes into an investment account so that they can go to university. You know? A percentage of it does. That grasping husband or grasping wife can't get their hands on, you know. And the kids can't get unless they use it for university, and if they don't use it for university, then you get it back. It's almost like a second pension. It's a fucking brilliant idea, James. Write that one down. Write it down. Where's the pen and paper? got to grab that notion right now. There's lots of rich people out there saying, James, you've just said one of the most sensible things in the fucking world. And I'm thinking, no, I'm drunk. And then I forgot what it was I said anyway already, because I don't have a pen and paper at the moment. So, yeah, whatever it was probably half tongue-in-cheek, funny, sensible sort of thing, which is what most of the stuff I say when I'm drinking and rambling on and talking Off the top of my head, I mean, none of this is scripted. It's not like I've scripted stuff to say that it's going to be funny or pertinent to the topic I was going to talk about. It's just me and the whiskey talking, you know. I often think as well, the longer my beard gets, the better my brain gets. I think my brain needs oxygen, and I think maybe my beard is feeding oxygen into my brain. It's like roots feeding the most important part of the growth medium, you know. Oxygen. Then again, that might not be true, and there's probably some experiment I could perform, like shaving beard off and then doing another drunken ramble on the same subject and see what I come up with. I think there'd be probably a problem with quantising the amount of alcohol I've got to drink, because I really don't know how much I've drank now. I've got bottles of this and bottles of that and stuff, and glasses and whiskey, and, you know. And I had a cigar today as well. Yep, I know I don't smoke, but I do have the occasional cigar, so I do smoke. I just don't smoke every day, all day. I occasionally treat myself with a lovely drug which I really didn't want to give up in the first place. I only gave it up for money, not for health reasons or because it was killing me. I gave up smoking because I wanted to save the 16-20 quid a week I was spending on tobacco, because I wanted to drink 3 bottles of whiskey a week, and that's how much extra money I need to pay for it. Yeah, I wanted to stop being a tobacco addict and continue being an alcohol addict. Oh, fucking hell. There, got that off my chest, right? So anyway, as if none of you knew that for the last 2 years I've been an alcoholic. Yeah, but I'm a considered alcoholic. I don't get drunk every day. No. I have 2 days when I'm sober, and then 1 day when I'm really, really pissed, and then I have 2 days when I'm sober, and then 1 day when I'm really, really pissed. You'll probably be able to see that in most of my videos. I deleted a lot of my videos. I deleted something like 2,700 videos, and I'd already deleted something like 500 or 1,000 videos before that. I have this tendency just to get to that stage where, oh my god, I've got 2,000 videos, let's just delete them and start from scratch, you know. Which is an impulsive thing which happens when you're drunk. Probably stoners do it as well. I used to be a stoner. I'm not a stoner anymore, but I used to be a stoner. But I wasn't making YouTube videos when I was a stoner. Probably a good thing. Yeah. Because as much as you think I'm a complete drunken old raggedy ass fucking tosser now, fucking hell, you should have seen me when I was a stoner. Yeah, that would have really fucking cowboyshed any idea of you fucking tuning in and listening to that fucking old stoner. Oh, I'm enjoying this fucking drink, by the way. It's a lovely drink. Beautiful, lovely. I'm thinking of going to the Lidl's and buying 4 bottles of this for Christmas. It's either 4 bottles of that or 4 bottles of the most nice smelling aftershave, you know. That way at least I can improve my breath, you know. Smell breath, yes, I have smell breath, especially because of what I eat. I like fish and curries. Not a good combination for the old breath when you don't brush your teeth every day. Yes, I am a slacker and an old fart, yeah. A stinky smelly old fart? Maybe. But I'm my stinky smelly old fart. And I could be your stinky smelly old fart. For a small fee of, I don't know, let's say, what fee could be put on I think $2.99 or $2.99 is the normal fee for people watching shitty fucking crappy fucking game videos on fucking Twitch TV. So let's say $2.49, you could sign up for stinky smelly old fat Tercy's random drunken videos, and I could monetize it. And, you know, I can't be bothered with that shit. I'm rambling there. I really am rambling. You know when you're rambling when you think to yourself, you're rambling. Because drunk as me. We had a bottle of wine, several glasses of whiskey, and I think it was chicken and tomato pasta I had for chicken, tomato pasta with green and red peppers, what was the other thing was with it? Green, red peppers, and green beans, string beans. That was a nice dinner. That was a nice dinner. Anyway, I think I've ran out of. I'm gradually winding down. Ran out of stuff. I was talking about emotions and stuff earlier, wasn't I? There was something important I wanted to say about that, and it's sort of I got off the beaten track and got wet, you know. But yeah. In the past, we think that this non-love orientated relationship, you know, where you bring two people together and you match them up, matchmaking, you know, we all thought that was a bad, people should just be able to marry the people they love, you know what I mean? But how has that worked out for society? Hasn't worked hasn't worked out any better than the matchmaking side of things. Except when the matchmaking side of things was going on, you couldn't get divorced. It could take you fucking like 2 fucking years, 5 years, 10 years to get fucking divorced. If you were a Catholic, the Pope had to fucking sign a bit of paper to fucking annul it, you know what I mean? So there was a huge problem when she got married of separating back then. Nowadays, fucking hell, you get married fucking 1 year, divorced 6 months later, who gives a fuck, you know? You just cut the house in two. You know what I mean? Tear the fucking twins into bits and, you know, post one off to your granddad, one off to her grandmother, and I'll have half and you have half, and, you know, we'll freeze dry them and blend them back together later if we ever get back together. You know, it's horrible the way we look at society and the world today, you know what I mean? We're fucking shit at picking people that we should get off. We're shit at picking people we love, let's face it. Human beings are fucking shit at it. We pick people for all the wrong reasons. You know what I mean? Tight ass, good boobies. You know what I mean? Lovely. Pretty good, nice face. Who cares what their brains are? Who cares if they're a lush? Who cares if they're a fucking, you know, secret coke fucking fiend? Who cares if they're a secret fucking, you know, I don't know, who are fucking prostitute fucking murdering serial killing bastard, you know what I mean? He looks nice, it's all that, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's no way to fucking form a relationship. Oh, but he's nice, he's got a great smile, I don't care what you say about him, he likes me, he treats me good. Yeah, all that bollocks, you know what I mean? I don't care what you say, she sucks my cock, it's the best that fucking I've ever had. Even for my goat or sheep, you know what I mean? So, you know, these things are fucking important, you know what I mean? But they seem to be the sort of things we think are important at the time when we're dating, you know what I mean? So if fucking 2 years later, when life becomes reality and you're sitting next to someone that you fucking hate, you know what I mean? Be glad to stab them in the middle of the night if it wasn't illegal, you know? That's when it suddenly dawns on me, shit, have I fucked my life up? What am I going to do? You know? And that's, you know, that's the sort of thing I was trying to express and talk about, you know, before I rambled off on herding goats in the Scottish Highlands and, you know, living in a cave, whatever, you know. So, I don't know what I was trying to say in this video. I did have something I was trying to say, but I'm really not sure if I've said it yet. Or whether, as usual, I've skittered around the subject because, you know, the thread of pure knowledge that runs through the thing I was trying to say evaporated into nothingness because of senility, alcoholism, and just sheer time of talking crap and not getting round to the fucking subject before thought evaporated into wistful things I wish I had said, you know what I mean? But like, wistful things I wish I'd done in my life before I became this old fat with a grey beard in front of you, you know what I mean? I've done lots of things I wish I'd done. There's loads of stuff I wish I'd done them when I had the fit, healthy young body that I could have done them, you know what I mean? But never got round to making enough money to go down and do it, or the gumption to go and work my way around the world and do them, you know. So if you're 20-year-old now, don't wait to make money to go on holiday. Jump on a fucking boat, go to some far-flung fucking part of the ocean so you can work your way there as a fucking cook or a fucking, you know, guy pulling a rope or as a fucking anchor. It doesn't matter, you know. Get on that boat, man, and go. Do some shit, you know. Go and see the world. Meet people, you know. Catch foreign diseases which you'll spend the rest of your life trying to get rid of, because at least that's something interesting you can talk about on YouTube. 40 years down the road, I don't want you coming on YouTube and saying, yeah, I spent the last 40 years living in a tenement building in Wiltshire, you know, working that whole time for a sausage making plant, which now they're closing down because nobody eats sausage. That's a boring fucking story. We don't want to hear that on YouTube, mate. We want to hear about how you fucking fell overboard in the mid-Atlantic, you know, almost eaten by a shark, got saved by this friend of yours, you know what I mean, who's become your friend for life, who you also saved from, you know, getting machine gunned down in, you know, North Africa by, or sorry, East Africa by the Tamil Tiger, horrible, you know, fucking terrorist people, you know, and as you were across the desert, you know, you tripped and banged your knee, broke open this mound of fucking, you know, ancient elephant poo, and inside was a diamond that made you both rich, you know what I mean? That's the sort of stories we want to hear, you know. That and catching, you know, exotic diseases in other countries from other people. Those stories are good as well. Anyway, this has been Tess ruminating and drinking for your entertainment. Sign you fucking bar, motherfuckers. Don't say I never give you it. Right. By the way, Christmas is coming up. Christmas. Not that I've got anything planned, but watch this space. Cheers.